What? What could you possibly have to say?
You ever find it weird that, like, when you measure things by feet, right?
Yeah.
But you're using your hands to measure these things?
Yeah. Why is it called feet?
I don't know. I always thought that was the weirdest thing.
I heard something recently. I don't know if it's true or not. It has nothing to do with measurement.
Uh-oh.
But the reason that people have foot fetishes
Uh-oh.
is because the part of your brain that perceives, like, arousal from normal, like, genital areas is the same part of your brain that perceives feet. Like, it's like they're, like, right next to each other. So the wires get a little
They're
crossed
both
sometimes.
kinky neighbors.
Yeah.
Oh, those brain cells are wild, huh?
They're wild. So I don't know if there's any validity to that.
I have no idea. That's interesting.
It is
The
interesting.
foot fetish always did kind of thrill me. Because I'm like, especially when you get, like, into the weirder stuff, like the sweaty, I'm like, bro, I'm checked out.
Because it's got to be something in the brain, right? Like, what about your brain is telling you that is... I mean, I don't know. I'm not a
I'm not a foot fetish guy either, so I don't know. I don't know what triggers
They say
these.
1 in 2 people are foot fetishists, so
really?
There's 2 people at this table, and that's all.
It's not me.
I know it's not me.
Not it.
No, hey,
nose
man,
goes. Nose goes.
I'm pretty sure I said it first.
You did say it first. You caught me, dude. I have a thing for feet.
God damn.
Something about the big toes.
Well, welcome back to Uncommon Nonsense. With all of your toes, if you're listening, hopefully you have them. Some people don't.
That's true.
And rest in peace to your toes.
Pretty unbalanced life.
God damn. Falling over all the time.
100%.
So,
50%.
50%. So, I was doing some casual reading the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just chilling out, and I came across an article that was talking about misconceptions.
Okay.
And things that... Because a lot of these things that the article was talking about, like, one of them I pulled specifically from this article, but it kind of got me thinking of all of these things that, like, we're told growing up.
Right.
That just aren't, like, there's no real basis for it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yes. Word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like, wives' tales and shit.
Yeah.
So... I thought that it would be fun to have my buddy Nick back. Welcome back.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And we'll talk about some of these things that we've been told, because I have a personal connection to, like, a lot of these, like, being told them growing up.
Okay.
And come to find out, they're not fucking true.
Yeah.
So.
Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, hey, man, the world is full of lies.
100%.
So I figured we'd just hop right into it. I know I have a list of them. You also made a small list of
yes,
misconceptions that you had thought of.
I want to say that I don't know your list, so I'm going into cause I know mine.
Yeah,
and you read some of mine, so I'm gonna be learning yours as I hear it.
Right.
So that's kind of exciting.
Well, get excited.
I'm strapped in, dude. I'm here for it.
So we'll kick off with one. I have heard this one growing up, and at the time of recording and this coming out, we just came out of New Year's, so happy 2024, everybody.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna start 2024 off with clearing up some lies. Okay,
bunch of deceivers out here.
We just came out of Christmas. You know, everybody loves Christmas. Some people don't, but that's fine. I remember being told growing up that Coca-Cola, the company, created what we associate Santa as, like the big fat man, the jolly guy with the red suit, because they put him on their Coke ads. You know what I mean? That's where he kind of gained a lot of his popularity, and so people have wrongfully assumed for years that Coca-Cola was responsible for that depiction of Santa. I remember being told this as a child. Were you ever told?
No, it's actually interesting you say that, because when I think of Coca-Cola, when you think of Coca-Cola, do you instantly think of Santa? Like, is that like the branding you see?
Pretty much. Because he was on the cans growing up.
See, I remember the polar bear.
I remember the polar bear.
That's
too.
where my head goes.
Yeah.
And they're both wintry, snowy mascots.
Right.
So, like, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, no, I mean, I could be wrong, but it's a fairly known misconception that I guess the theory was because Coca-Cola's colors were red and white.
See, that's where I could see the
was
connection.
The suit.
Yes, I could see that.
But no, he was created. It was an entirely different guy. I mean, obviously Santa Claus is based off of a legend, but the depiction was like I think it was a German artist or something. But the reason that is, kind of perpetuated is because Coca-Cola used him, Santa Claus, like extremely frequently
for years,
from like 1931 onward.
Yeah, no, I know what you're referencing.
Yeah,
but when I think of it, and
I wasn't the polar bear with the scarf.
Yes,
he's got a scarf on.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
no, I get it.
Yeah.
Does the polar bear have a scarf?
See, now I'm thinking.
I think he has a scarf.
I don't know, dude.
I know that the icy polar bear has a scarf.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of polar bears, huh? We're currently looking it up for the audio listeners.
Google.
Yeah. We gotta make sure he does.
Got a red scarf on.
That's true.
That's right.
That is true.
I remember these commercials where he was like animated.
Oh, that's true. I do
remember that. I'll
put
a picture of it on the screen. They had the commercial where he was like a weirdly animated bear. Hey man, Coca-Cola. I mean, what is it with their wintry mascots?
Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know why they did choose a polar bear. That's kind of interesting.
It does. I mean, maybe the polar bear is to represent the cocaine.
That, or maybe it's like maybe it was supposed to be koala.
Koala, but that's not even a bear. Did you know that?
Is it not?
Koalas aren't bears,
brother. They look like little tiny polar bears.
No, yeah, and they call them koala bears, but they're not bears.
What the fuck are they?
They're fucking. I don't even.
Look it up, JMO.
Hey man, look,
pull it up.
You guys get a special, extra misconception. Koalas are not bears. If anybody thought koalas were bears,
you were lied
to.
Wrong. Yeah, I was lied to.
They're not bears. They're marsupials.
All right, dude.
While they might look bear-like with their round ears and big black nose, they're actually more. They share more characteristics with other marsupials like the wombat.
What the fuck's a wombat look like?
You don't know? I don't know what a wombat looks like, but I know what they are.
Yeah. We're now looking up the wombat.
Hey man.
Oh, that
there it is. It's like a little. it's kind of cute.
It's like a little. It's like a little
rodent.
Yeah, like a little groundhog.
They're short-legged, muscular, quadrupedal marsupials of the family. I'm not even trying to read it.
No,
but they're native to Australia, just like koalas.
Okay.
But yeah,
the more you know.
Koalas, not bears.
A little uncommon sense for you.
Hey, we learned something here.
Yes, sir.
All right, so do you wanna talk about one that you picked out?
Yeah. So I picked out something I was told growing up that actually haunted me and kind of gave me a little bit of paranoia when I'm falling asleep. Is they claim that you swallow spiders in your sleep.
I have heard this one. Yeah.
You have heard this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's actually supposed to be super common from what the propaganda I'm told about spiders.
Right.
And it turns out that the way you breathe when you're sleeping and the fact that so many people move around in their sleep, the vibrations of your breathing alone doesn't invite the spider.
Yeah,
it would scare it exactly. Yeah, it would kind of make them steer away from that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of made me a bit more calm.
Yeah, because I remember hearing it was like a number. I remember hearing like a specific, like the average person swallows like a certain amount of spiders a year.
The number that I came across a few different times was 8.
Yeah. Yes. 8 spiders a year.
Yeah.
Remember, it's exactly what I heard.
And I don't know where they got 8 from. I don't know if they're counting the legs. That's the only connection I could think of is like, because, spiders have.
I think one guy was just he really was into eating spiders. And he got up to 8 and he was like, yeah, no, it's just actually it's totally normal. Yeah. Everybody eats 8 spiders a year. I'm not weird. Everybody does it.
100%.
So I looked this up because it is strange. But yeah, no, that's a myth.
Yeah.
It's a very widespread urban legend that has no basis in fact. It exists in various forms, other common versions that you swallow an average of 20 in your lifetime.
Now, how does that work?
I don't even know.
Like, how often are you swallowing 8 spiders?
A correspondent in Pennsylvania had heard a version that involved swallowing a pound of spiders while sleeping in one's lifetime.
God, just the way that's written.
A pound of spiders? It says that would be over 20,000 average spiders. For a lifetime, 5,000 spiders at the 4 per year limit. So that's That's ridiculous. I never heard a pound of spiders.
If you guys can see my face right now, dude, I don't like spiders, and I'm just imagining a pound of someone dropping like a sack of fucking spiders just hitting the table,
dude.
bro.
Oh, that's awful.
I can't.
Yeah, no. No spiders.
So we're ruling that one as false.
That's false. Yeah,
cool.
No, there's no spiders. You don't. I mean, there are spiders, and I'm sure that there's people who have accidentally swallowed spiders in their sleep before, but your average person is not swallowing a spider at night.
Yeah, no, they steer away from what I read.
Yeah.
They don't want to go anywhere near the vibrations of your breathing.
Which I wouldn't either.
No, exactly.
I mean, I've heard how I sleep at night. So
throwing hands probably in your sleep.
Speaking of hands.
Uh-oh. We went from feet to hands.
Hey, we're covering it
Shoulders
all.
Are next.
Head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Here's one.
Mm-hmm.
And this one kind of haunted me growing up.
Is this a misconception?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard the story that when you die, your hair and fingernails continue to grow?
I have not.
You've never heard this?
I've never heard that, but that is fucking sinister, bro.
So it is sinister. And,
yeah.
And it actually, if I remember correctly, this is based off of a story that these guys thought that a member of their society was a vampire. And so they exhumed his corpse after he died. Like, they dug it up.
Yeah.
And they noticed that his hair and fingernails had continued to grow after they had buried him. They were longer than they were when they buried him. And then, dude wasn't a vampire. From that sprung a myth that because something in your body continues to produce proteins that then make hair and nails after you die.
Interesting.
It's actually extremely not true.
One would right off the rip, I'm like, that's not true.
Yeah,
because you're dead.
Right.
There's nothing.
It's just creepy enough to tell a kid. You know what I mean? That they'd be like, "Oh, gross."
Yeah.
And there are accounts of people seeing corpses where their hair, or their hails, is what I'm trying to say, their hair and nails. But yeah, there's people that have seen corpses and their hair and nails are longer.
That's interesting.
And it happens.
Yeah.
But the reason why is they're not growing. As you decay, your skin and muscles recede, and so it exposes more of the already
length of the nails and the hair.
Okay, making them appear longer.
Interesting. And that's true.
And that is true. That is a true fact.
Very cool.
So it's pretty gross. I just think that that's nasty. I think that the way that they came about that is pretty gross.
Atrocious.
Yeah.
But it's fascinating when you really dig into it.
And I mean, it's interesting. God damn.
As I knock the mic over.
Getting into it over there.
Yeah, dude.
I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting that, like, I don't know, the amount of, like, horror potential in that. You know what I mean? Like, imagine the concept of, like, a horror story where you're sitting around a campfire and you're like, and they dug him up and his nails were 3 feet long and sharpened. You know what I mean?
And he drags him across the concrete. And you know he's coming for you.
The nail man. Coming soon. The nail man.
You've got nails.
Hey, man. You've got nails. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited for the fingernail man or whatever when that comes out.
That'd be spooky.
Who should play the fingernail man?
Who has really spooky hands?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
I don't think he has spooky hands.
Ron Perlman probably has
he does.
Hands.
He probably does. He has those wrinkly old hands,
dude.
Yeah.
Who's got the spookiest hands?
Probably
in
a
Hollywood
female
right
would be
now?
spooky though. You know what I mean? Someone that's real frail.
Okay.
And, you know what I mean? I don't know any old female actresses offhand.
Roseanne.
She has some chubby old chubsters though.
Creepy, man.
That is true.
It's like my chubby long nails.
Yeah.
Rip Roseanne. Or well, didn't she say something racist? Didn't Roseanne get
a
cancer
while
for saying
ago?
something
We're
racist?
digging up the past now.
I'm just saying.
That's
I
right.
seem to remember that was the last thing I heard about.
Yeah,
Roseanne.
she's been out of the spotlight after.
She hasn't
that.
done anything else.
I think she has some stuff going for her now.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
she kind of bounced back after.
What's her last name? Barr? Roseanne Barr?
Yeah, I don't know how to spell it though. I don't know if it's
Roseanne Bars. She's a rapper now.
They tried to put her behind bars for that, dude.
Damn, dude. Rip Roseanne.
100%.
All right, well, so your fingernails, they don't keep growing, and for good reason.
Yeah,
because
you're
that
dead.
would be bad.
Yeah,
you're dead.
That'd be wild.
Do you wanna go to one?
You know, I have a random one I just thought about that's actually not on my list.
Okay.
But because you're talking about like youthful like things we're told when we're kids, right? Maybe not youthful, but you know what I mean. Watermelon seeds. Did you ever?
Oh yeah.
See,
I remember that.
When
they told you couldn't swallow them.
Yeah, they said you weren't allowed to. You weren't supposed to swallow them.
Yeah.
Because a watermelon would grow in your stomach, and you know how fucking scarring that is when you really think about it.
Yeah. Well, the thing about that too is like that's perfect to tell a kid because it's just outlandish enough to make sense in their brain.
It still makes sense in my brain. It still makes sense, bro.
Well, do you eat a lot of dirt?
No.
If you ate a lot of dirt, I could see. I don't think that it would work, but it would be interesting to see if someone ate a shit ton of dirt.
Yeah.
And then a watermelon seed, and then like more
and then
dirt,
downed water,
and then drank water, and if it grew, it could even, but it's in stomach acid, so
it would dissolve.
Most likely not.
Yeah.
But
as a kid, you don't know that though.
No.
You don't know that.
No
You're told don't eat the
acid.
seeds, and you ask why, and you fucked up after you asked why.
And like I don't even know, man. I don't like any kind of seed.
Yeah, I don't eat. When I see watermelon, I'll like spit the seeds out, but like I'll bash watermelon. Yeah. Watermelon's good.
Yeah, watermelon is good.
Yeah.
But like I don't like pulpy. You ever gotten like pulpy
orange juice?
Orange juice that had a seed in it?
No.
You never had that?
How fresh are we talking?
It sucks.
Really?
Yeah. Imagine drinking a seed.
That would throw me off.
Yeah, it sucks.
Liquid. Bam. Seed.
God damn. My grandmother drank a bee one time.
Jesus.
When I was pretty young. Yeah. We were at a cookout. She flew into her beer bottle.
Oh, man.
She just drank that shit. Stung her throat.
I got betrayed early on with a similar story, dude. My mom was a chain smoker growing up.
Like the band?
Do what? What?
Like the band?
Oh, my God.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Go ahead.
Yeah, no, she's the lead. She makes the magic happen, dude.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
so fucking
That's my
cool.
mom, yep. I love her. No, but growing up, she would smoke real bad, and when she didn't have an ashtray, she would ash it into a Pepsi can.
Oh,
yes.
I can see where this is going.
Yes, dude. And I would be a fiend for Pepsi when I was growing up because that's grew up on
As
it.
all kids are.
Yeah, dude. Caffeine. And I drank it by
Pepsi
accident.
go brr.
Yeah, dude. And it threw me off because instantly all you taste is ash. I'm like,
ooh, yeah.
yeah, it's.
Dude, when I was younger, sorry, we're sidetracking, but
it's fine.
When I was younger, I had a very similar thing happen.
Uh-oh.
My father went through. My parents used to smoke, and then when we were born, they tried to quit cold turkey. Very hard thing to do.
Are you gonna talk about dip spit?
My dad dipped for a while. We were at a family cookout. We did those a lot.
See my face right now.
Yeah,
my brother did this, bro.
The problem is my dad would spit in like a red Solo cup that already had stuff in it.
Oh no!
So he would like just pick a cup and start spitting in it.
Ugh.
And I walked up and I was like, "Hey, Dad's got a drink." And I grabbed it and I took a drink, just dip spit. So like when
still swallowed it though. No. I didn't know.
Got him. No, but like from that day on, like I can't even smell dip without being like,
really?
Like yeah, it's fucking gross. It's nasty.
Yeah,
I mean, no offense to anybody that dips, but like I just can't smell. I can't stand the scent of it.
Yeah, no, I can't. The sight of it is what gets me.
Yeah,
my brother would
use like mulch.
Yeah, my brother would use a Mountain Dew bottle and do it in that, and it's just like, yeah, dude, I just can't do it.
Yeah, it's awful.
It's nasty. Nasty habit.
Nasty habit. But you know what else is a nasty habit?
Let's hear it.
Drinking.
Water?
Yeah. Drinking water. Especially from the puddles like I do it.
Oh,
yeah. Go outside and get it from the puddles.
Oh, ditches? The best.
Oh, man. Ooh,
pure.
It's got that nice, crisp dirt flavor.
Yes, it does. It really hits you.
Yeah. I don't even care about ringworm.
Honestly.
So
that's the best part.
Adds accent. It's like the ring is like the little lime on the
there you go. Yep.
Is ringworm a real worm?
Yes.
Is it really?
Yeah.
My sister had ringworm once growing up.
I feel like it maybe has a different, like a more appropriate name.
Really? Now?
I feel like just in general.
Hey.
I feel like ringworm is just like shorthand for like.
Sorry to any ringworms out there that are listening. I don't mean to be offensive.
Yeah, you guys need to keep your distance though. Let's be honest.
watch out.
Yeah, honestly.
No ringworms in our audience.
Honestly.
I don't want any ringworms. Oh, you get out. So, anyway. No, not drinking water. Drinking alcohol.
Okay.
Is the dirty habit I was talking about. But the thing about that is I remember being told for years and years, when you drink alcohol, it kills your brain cells.
Is that not true?
No. That's not true.
That's really not. Are we sure?
So,
did we drink before this podcast?
I might have had a sippy.
All right.
No, but it says alcohol is a neurotoxin that can disrupt communications of the brain. It also affects the functions of the brain cells. This can lead to intellectual impairment, headaches, memory loss, slowed thinking, slurred speech, and trouble with balance and coordination. It affects the functions of the brain cells. It doesn't kill them.
So it essentially just slugs them down,
Exactly.
makes them slow, foggy.
Yeah. You're not just killing your brain cells out there every time you have
You're
a
killing
little
your
drink.
liver, though.
You're killing, yeah. I mean, it's
Yes.
definitely not. It's still affecting the functions negatively. So I'm
Yes.
not saying that it's like healthy. I'm just
Right.
saying that the myth that has been perpetuated for years and years is that it kills your brain cells.
Interesting.
Not true. It just
The more you
slogs
know.
them down. Yeah.
The more you know.
See, we're learning stuff today.
Yeah. dude.
2024, it's all about big brain activities.
I like the way you think.
Exactly. We're going BBA. Big. I'm gonna be Big Brain Collin. So by the end of the year, BBC up in here.
It's not what you think.
No, it's not. It's not. Don't Google the acronym. You have to spell it out. You can't Google the acronym.
Right.
All right. So yeah, I mean, alcohol. If you're drinking it,
Yep.
if you're drinking it right now, cheers. While you're listening to this, but it's not killing your brain cells.
We'll talk slower for you guys too.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to give you a headache.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's about all I got for that one.
Okay. Let's
I
see.
just thought that was silly and goofy. And I
Yeah.
mean, I've grown up around alcoholics, so I always believed it was killing their brain cells because they fucking act like it.
That's how I
but,
am. I was
yeah.
not an alcoholic, but I grew up.
No, you're an alcoholic.
Well. So all right. So I have one. All right. Napoleon. Are we?
Dynamite?
Well, good movie. Good movie. Napoleon, the historical figure.
The historical figure.
The guy from what year is he from? Does it say?
What was Napoleon's reign from?
One might say he had a very short reign, because he's known for being short, allegedly. We're currently looking up his reign.
I'm gonna Google Napoleon reign. It was from
17.
He played a key role in the French Revolution from 1789 to 1799, and then he served as first consul of France from 1799 to 1804, and then he was the first emperor of France from 1804 to 1814/15. I don't know why they're not quite sure there on the last one.
That's all right.
But
interesting.
Yeah. So
did he get assassinated halfway through or something? I mean,
I don't even know how Napoleon died. Do you know how Napoleon died?
No, I don't know much about.
Wow, I don't know a lot about history, to be honest with you. But
you're more knowledgeable in history than I am. So
May 5th, 1821, at the Longwood House, Longwood, St. Helena.
Don't even try to pronounce that.
Yeah, what?
That's French.
That's where he died.
Is that
I'm
French?
asking how he died. That is French, yeah.
Okay.
Either
way, it's all good. So the misconception, all right, is that notoriously Napoleon is known, is known for his height,
being tiny,
being tiny, and having a huge army around him.
Napoleon's known for two things in my mind: being short and standing with his hand in his shirt and the other arm behind his arm.
Yes,
and doing that pose.
Yes,
exactly.
that's the pose,
with his chest all puffed out. That's Napoleon.
He's known to me when I think of him is I don't think about his wardrobe or his stature or his posture. I think about his height, which he's again the common misconception.
You don't think about how sexy Napoleon is.
He's pretty fucking.
You don't see.
Do you think he has a foot fetish?
I'm
or
sure.
Had? Do you think that was a thing back then?
Maybe.
I'm
sure it was a thing. I don't know if he had one.
He
Didn't he only have one ball? Or am I thinking about Hitler?
That threw me off, dude. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that question.
Welcome to the show, man. It's curveballs all day.
Oh, I see what you did there. All right.
I think Napoleon might have only had one ball.
That explains why that leads me to my next point. His height is what he's known for, and how fucking mean that guy was.
Yeah, he was known for being a bastard.
Maybe he wasn't like upset that he was short. Maybe he was one ball in it. You know what I mean? I don't think we're gonna find anything on it.
Hang on, this is 10 famous men. It
might be a misconception in itself.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
What?
Oh my God. Okay, this is. I don't know if this is true, but
Reporting
this is from
live.
www.curiousread.com. It says 10 famous men with only one ball. Number 9 is Napoleon Bonaparte. Did you know Napoleon wasn't really short?
Yes.
In fact,
that's actually, yep.
He was about average size for a Frenchman of his era.
5'5".
So it's possible the complex, which is exactly what you're talking about, comes from him being one testicle short of a pair.
Wow.
Big brain Collin. This is BBC year, I'm telling you.
100%.
BBC
Radio. Brain. Wait.
Whoa. Sorry, I didn't mean to totally stomp on your reveal there.
No, you're fine, dude. So
he was just a mean son of a bitch.
Yes. So the misconception is that he's short, but 5'5", at least back then, I don't know what it is now, but for a man, 5'5" back then was average.
Yeah, for like Frenchmen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the misconception that follows up with that is that it doesn't have to do with his one ball or two ball. It has to do with the fact that his characteristics were emphasized by a British artist, cartoonist to be exact. So someone who
like a caricature.
Exactly.
Caricature.
Exactly.
He was doing like political cartoons.
Exactly. Yeah, and they would always make him short.
Yeah,
shorter than everyone else
guy.
around him. Exactly.
Tiny little guy.
Exactly, and that's how he was depicted.
And that made him really angry.
It's almost like a meme. It's almost like a meme nowadays.
Whoa.
You know what I mean?
You're totally correct.
If you think about it.
Is that the first meme? Is Napoleon being short?
I mean, it could be.
I mean, that's
spreading.
Interesting to think about.
Imagine that spreading around the whole entire military.
Right.
Your leader is being made fun of the entire time. You can't say anything about it.
Damn.
You just got to stand there and look down on him.
And on top of that, you only have one ball.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a
icing
tough
on
life.
The cake.
He just can't win.
No wonder he was so mad.
Do you think he has 10 toes?
Napoleon?
Yeah. Do you think he's missing any toes?
I don't know. Let's all right. Pull up a Napoleon toe count.
Pull it up, JMO.
My Google search is like, what? How many times was Napoleon wounded? Oh. He's believed to be wounded at least 6 times. I think he had all his toes.
You think so?
I think so. I'm not seeing anything about him missing toes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Toes just have an effect on me.
Just thinking about Napoleon's toes. God.
Napoleon.
Napoleon Bonaparte.
Oh, God.
Damn. That's classic 9th grade humor right there.
100%. That's right. That's where my head lives, dude. That's patented, so don't go stealing that. It's going to become a t-shirt in no time.
Dude, we'll have to make a t-shirt where it's Napoleon and his head is just a toe. He's still got the hat on.
100%.
Napoleon. That's awesome.
Yes, I love it.
Here's one. Here's a good one.
Let's hear it.
So, as you know, and as the viewers know, if you're watching this, I'm sure you've seen my channel art. I'm a glasses-wearing fellow.
Yes.
I need the spectacles.
Mm-hmm.
I have since I was a child.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a very rough life.
We should have the gift of sight.
Yeah, I can see sometimes. No, I mean, realistically, without my glasses, I can still see pretty well. It's just that they help. I don't know. But I've been told my whole life, as well as many others, that carrots help your eyesight. Have you been told this?
I have.
Carrots are supposed to help your eyesight. They're supposed to be good for your eyes.
Really?
Yeah.
And that's not true? Or that is true?
No, that's not true.
What?
They lie.
Brother, the amount of carrots I downed as a kid, I'm not even... Because I'm blind in my left eye.
Really?
Yes, dude. So, being told that...
You thought it would help?
Brother, I'm like, that's the golden ticket.
Damn.
That's how you see... That's how you fuckers get to see out of 2 eyes, bro.
See, I I ate a lot of carrots too, but the problem is I also just like carrots.
Do you really?
Yeah, so it turned into
there's
just
different
liking
kinds of carrots. So you could have them steamed.
Yeah.
Do you like them just out of the fridge?
Oh yeah.
Like little itty bitty baby toe-sized carrots? Oh.
Buddy, you're backing me into a corner.
I'm sorry, man.
You gotta stop backing me.
I actually have my shoes off right now after doing this podcast.
Oh God, you gotta put them dogs away.
I'm
dude.
sorry, man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I like the little baby toe-sized carrots. I suck on them and I eat them.
Pause.
But record scratch. But yeah, no. Despite what many of us have heard, this is coming directly from Google. Despite what many of us have heard about carrots fixing our vision problems, in parentheses, thanks, Mom and Dad. Those myths are mostly exaggerated. Carrots contain a relatively large amount of beta carotene and
that explains so much, dude. The amount of carrots I ate, dude. God, I knew it. That's why I can't grow facial hair.
That's it, man. The carrots made you beta.
Fuck, dude.
You can't
soften
grow
me up early on.
Thick alpha mustache over here like I have. God. It's all the carrots, man.
Oh, fucking dog
your
shit
beta
carrots.
Ass carrots.
I can't help it, dude.
But they have antioxidants that do support your eye health as well as your general health. Carrots are good for you. No one's saying carrots aren't good for you, but they don't specifically help your eyesight. And in fact, what I found very interesting is that a World War II wartime propaganda campaign.
Oh, here we
go.
What
started this
exciting
myth.
Stuff.
So let's see here. It was in
was this in 1990?
Well, this is when they disproved it was in 1998.
Oh wow. And that's a black and white photo, so that's probably the 30s or something crazy.
So
let's say the 40s, 1940?
Yeah, during the 1940 Blitzkrieg.
Yep.
The Luftwaffe, which is, as we know.
Sounds like a bar. Doesn't that sound like a hangout spot?
Luftwaffe, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But they often struck under the cover of darkness in order to make it more difficult for the German planes to hit targets. The British government issued citywide blackouts. The Royal Air Force were able to repel the German fighters, in part because of the development of a new secret radar technology. The onboard airborne interception radar, it was the first used by the RAF in 1939, had the ability to pinpoint enemy bombers before they reached the English Channel. But to keep that under wraps, according to, that is a Russian name. His research, I'm not even going to try to
call him Vlad. Call him Vlad.
Yeah, Vlad. Might be racist.
Well.
His research pulled from the files of the Imperial War Museum, the Mass Observation Archive, and the UK National Archives. The ministry proved another reason for their success: carrots. So they basically said that the reason that the British, who were able to identify and intercept German planes before they got to the English Channel, the reason why they were able to do that was not their secret technology that they were trying to hide.
Not the logical answer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They fed all of them carrots and they could see in the dark. And so that became a widespread myth that carrots helped your eyesight.
Wow.
When in reality it was because they were hiding the invention of one of the first
night vision.
Radar. Exactly.
Night vision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
That's fascinating. That's actually really neat.
Yeah, and so from then on, people were like, yeah, no, carrots. And look, this is a poster.
Yeah, an actual, ad for it.
It says, night sight can mean life or death. Eat carrots and leafy green or yellow vegetables rich in vitamin A, essential for night sight.
What the fuck? That is so wild.
I'll put this on the screen here. This is an actual, World War II ad, you know what I mean? Like a wartime propaganda poster that you would see.
Yeah.
So that's kind of neat.
That's fascinating. I didn't know we were lied to about carrots. I thought for sure they were onto something.
Right?
I genuinely did. Cause that was an early memory of mine I was told from literally the higher ups, my mom, that this is a way to get better eyesight. And with me being blind, bro, I'm like,
man, we were all lied to.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of propaganda.
Shit. I mean, at least it wasn't like, hey, fucking salt helps you get stronger. So then people were down in excessive amounts of salt. At least it was carrots.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean,
it's fascinating. You talk about the the carrots being like mass produced almost and advertised for as in that way, because random side tangent about something else that's interesting that falls under propaganda with the war and stuff is cheese. Did you hear about this? Kraft, the company Kraft.
Yeah.
Kraft.
Right. The classic singles.
I don't know if the contract is still locked in with our government, but they actually have a contract with the U.S. government, or did back in the early like, years and decades ago, because they had too much stockpile.
Oh.
And they had the farmers were brought in, and they had to deal with the farmers, is what it was, a contract with all these farmers, and they made too much cheese, and they couldn't uphold their deal, so they had to, in order to pay off the farmers, they had to sell all this cheese, and that's why we have so much cheese in everything, pizza, because that contract is still a debt that needs to be paid.
So it's like an excess, like distribution of excess cheese.
They bit off more than they could chew, and they can't break the contract. It's worth looking into. It's very rough and very vague, but it's something I reminded me of.
Kraft cheese.
Yeah, contract.
Oh no, it's right here.
Yeah, I knew it was something.
USApending.gov. It says view a summary page of the 2010 contract to Kraft Foods Global Inc. from the Department of Defense.
Now, 2010, I don't know why that year's there, because this is supposed to...
And there's one in 2018, too.
So they're renewing it then?
Yeah, they just keep doing it.
Because it's just... That's why there's cheese and dairy and everything.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, it's in a lot of stuff.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I wonder if that's like the same idea as like the carrots.
Uprooting the Kraft conspiracy theory.
Because I believe it was in... good name. I believe it was in the World War II era that this contract was formed with the local farmers. So, interesting stuff.
At first it was smelling fishy, but now it's smelling cheesy.
I like the way you think. So, back to when you were talking about night vision and vision in general, I have a misconception for you that has to do with puppies.
Puppies?
Yeah, good old puppers.
Little puppers?
Yeah, little doggos.
Rar XD? Rar pupper?
So, dogs, the thing we're told is that dogs can only see in black and white, right?
Yeah, I've always been told that.
I still kind of believe it. But according to very intensive research, dogs can tell shades. They don't just strictly see black and white. If they're looking at something that is green,
right, and
then there's something next to it like a red ball, they could see there's a there's not just black and white. There's different.
Right.
I don't know how to describe it.
It's like shades.
Yeah, I guess they can
like
tell.
Hues.
Yeah, they can't strictly see it's green.
Right.
But
so that's, I mean, I guess when you really think about it, you would have to, right, for like survival purposes. Because like is a dog gonna be able to tell when another dog is bleeding? Are they gonna see like they're probably not gonna see the red blood, but they're gonna be able to see like that's a liquid that is a color.
Yes, that's true.
On the body of a dog that I know is a different color.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So
the way you just described that is my head kind of went somewhere else with that. When you're talking about if the dog could tell if the dog was bleeding or not, what if it was on the ass and the dog thought it was bleeding from the other dog's ass? You see what I mean?
Yeah.
The little mix up that could happen.
See,
yeah, I wonder if maybe the smell actually. Never mind.
I don't know. I would assume that. Like, because I think dogs are mostly scent-based. I think that we think of a lot of things based on the way that we operate, which is, like, sight.
Yes.
And, like, I guess touch.
Yeah.
But, like, dogs are mainly scent-based.
Yeah. We're very physical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe, I don't even know. Maybe colors have a different scent to them.
Yo, imagine they can actually smell colors.
Right, yeah. Like, imagine
What do you think purple smells like?
Dude, I don't even know. Grapes? That's what I like. If I had to
do grapes even have a scent though? Well, I mean,
kinda.
They do.
I'd say so.
It's like produce.
Yeah, like a vegetable.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, like, it would be insane. I think that the concept that dogs can only see in black and white is from a very human understanding.
Right.
And we've had that for years and years and years. So who came up with that? You know what I mean? Like back in like the 40s, they're like, I bet dogs can't see color.
Yeah, probably someone who either got really fucking high.
I do declare, my dog cannot see green, and he is a little bastard. Also, if you milk him and drink it, you will gain 4 years on your life, and you will win the lottery.
On what grounds are you making these accusations?
Well, I had my cocaine coffee this morning, and I had a bit of an epiphany. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they had all kinds of shit.
I think he's onto something.
It's like the like all those old medicines. I mean, do you remember that story of the guy that drank that colloidal silver until he turned blue? You heard about this guy?
No.
So this isn't a myth. This is just a fact that happened. They called him Papa Smurf. This is total random tangent.
It's worth digging into, I'm sure.
But this guy had like a whole
bottle?
No, he had like a whole like list of things that were wrong with him.
What the fuck? I'm looking at him right now.
I just pulled up the picture of Papa Smurf. So he had a whole bunch of shit wrong with him.
Okay.
And he started drinking this old, it's like a really old, it was supposed to be a cure-all.
Okay.
And it's called like colloidal silver or something. Let me try to find exactly what it's called.
That guy's wild looking.
You're gonna have to show the blue.
Yeah, you're gonna have to screenshot that at one point and share it with them as well.
His hair and face, like his face is completely blue. His hair and beard are white.
That's scary, bro.
Yeah, colloidal silver, COLLOIDAL silver.
Okay.
It's a like health supplement, and so he just started taking it to try to help with like all of his. I think he had several different types of cancers.
What the fuck?
And he just took this shit until he turned blue, and it killed him.
What?
And so he
died from drinking that?
Well, he also had cancers and shit.
Right.
So it's like a mixture of his poor health, but it definitely didn't help. It turned his whole face blue.
Yeah, and his arms, his entire skin tone.
Yeah. He's blue. He's a blue man.
How much of this stuff did he drink? I wonder.
It says he took them for a decade.
Jesus.
I'm assuming daily.
Wow. I mean, to change your skin tone entirely like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
He passed away in 2013 at the age of 62.
Wow.
So, rip Papa Smurf. You're a real one. You're a real blue one. He was blue as shit.
Yeah, he really was.
Do you think dogs would be able to tell that he was a blue man, or would they have just seen a man?
I don't think they would have been able to see that. I
Really?
do. Yeah, I think they would have just saw a man. Yeah.
Just a guy.
Yeah, because it's almost like black and white TV, right? You can see shades. You can see when she's wearing lipstick,
right?
Because you can see the outline around her lips,
and
the eyeliner, the darker colors. You can see the wood. You can tell what's wood and what's not. So I don't know if it's black and white to that extent, but you can see. You can kind of get an idea of like what you're looking at.
Yeah, the different shades and shit.
Yeah,
it's a scale.
Right.
I got one more for you.
Okay, let's hear it.
And this one I have another personal connection with.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a knuckle cracker?
I am. Pretty badly too.
Yeah, I do it. Do you crack your? We keep going back into it. Do you crack your toes?
It's funny you say that, dude. Yes, I do.
See, I crack my toes, and Emily hates it.
Really?
She thinks that's like demonic, the ability to crack your toes.
Some people really have a spasm when it comes to like popping your knuckles and stuff, which is understandable.
I find a lot of relief.
Well, as the person doing it, But if someone was to do it, I don't freak out. But some people do cringe over that.
But I pop my fingers, I pop my toes.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been told my whole life that popping your knuckles will give you arthritis.
I've also heard that.
Yeah. Again, a bold-faced lie.
Really?
To us.
Really?
Yeah, it's not true. That's not true at all. So, according to what I have found,
we're not doctors, by the way.
No, yeah, we're not doctors. But this is my own like research and stuff. This does come from the Harvard Health Publishing website.
Checks out.
This is Harvard, baby.
Mm-hmm.
It says that the pop of the knuckle is caused by bubbles bursting in the synovial fluid, a fluid that helps lubricate joints. The bubbles pop when you pull the bones apart, either by stretching the fingers or bending them backward, creating negative pressure. One study's authored compared the sudden vibratory energy produced during the knuckle cracking to the forces responsible for the destruction of the hydraulic blades and ship propellers.
What was that?
So,
what was that last one? The last sentence?
It says...
Ship propellers? Is that what you said?
One study's author compared the sudden vibratory energy produced during knuckle cracking to the forces responsible for the destruction of hydraulic blades and ship propellers.
What the fuck? That is a wild way to measure knuckle cracking, bro.
Right. But several studies have said that it does not raise your risk for arthritis. It is just a sudden jolt of energy releasing from bubbles popping in fluid in your knuckles.
If anything, I'd say it's a sudden jolt of release, dude.
Exactly,
that shit feels fucking good.
For real. There are at least 2 published reports of injuries suffered while people were trying to crack their knuckles, which is obvious. People are going to sit there and yank on their fingers sometimes and be dumb.
Yeah.
But
not to mention their necks.
Yeah, and their backs.
Yeah. You get to hurt yourself doing that.
My neck.
My back. My badussy.
Badussy. Whoa.
And my crack.
I've never popped that before.
No, I don't think.
I'm working on it, though.
I think that's frowned upon these days.
Wow.
Well, actually, it might be welcomed. 2024, it's getting wild.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on what circles you're in, I guess.
Yeah, twerking circles.
I'm getting into that Badussy popping subreddit. Follow us, and next time we're going on the Badussy subreddit.
I like the way you think, dude. Badussy's everywhere.
I bet that is a subreddit.
It probably is, dude.
Anyway, dude, that was fucked.
Another episode.
That's a whole nother episode.
One might say it's a hole to go down in, too.
Oh. Holy shit. God damn. All right, well, we got one more here. This one was yours. This one was you.
Which one is this one?
This is your apple.
Oh yeah. So, I don't know how I'm gonna really talk about this one. It might be a little controversial.
Uh-oh.
Depending on your beliefs and your views.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we like to poke the bear every now and then. But the story of Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden and that whole biblical story.
The Garden of Eden, an apple.
Hey, you know what I'm saying? Puns for days.
God damn.
One might say, damn.
What? Did you try to do damn, Daniel?
No, you said goddamn.
Oh,
I said damn.
I get it. You sounded like the damn Daniel. Back at it again with the white van.
Hey, I heard he got a lifetime supply of white vans, by the way.
Probably.
Yeah,
man.
he was basically advertising.
He was off the wall.
Yeah. Hey, we're going in, bro. Nonstop. That was good. But no, the story of Adam and Eve eating the apple might have a few different meanings. It might have just been an actual apple that they ate. That was the forbidden fruit, right?
Right.
And the forbidden fruit is obviously a metaphor for crossing an evil line.
Yeah.
Right? Doing the unthinkable.
Right.
Doing the sin.
The big sin.
Sinning it up.
Yeah.
You know.
Sinning it up we do that all the time 100%, over here.
100%, dude.
Sinning it up.
Yeah, no. But so Apple is
the company?
Well, speaking of that, real quick, isn't it weird how they have a
bite mark?
Yes.
Oh, whoa.
That's interesting. Yeah.
Whoa.
Another story, another day.
Steve Jobs.
Hey, that's probably not even his real name either.
Oh God.
That sounds like a serial killer name, Loki.
Steve Internships.
All right, dude. Steve Job interview.
Oh Jesus.
No, but the apple could have a few different meanings. The first meaning could be literal, forbidden fruit. And then it could also mean the word evil when it's translated from Hebrew into Latin. It could physically mean evil.
Okay. What you're saying is that the apple might not be a literal apple.
It could be a physical apple that they're talking about, or it could be an actual act of evil. Okay. Without the physical apple.
What if, here's my theory.
Okay.
Let me throw this out here.
Let's hear it.
And this might offend some people.
We're stepping on toes.
What if it's both?
Okay.
And Eve had a bout of cannibalism and bit Adam's apple. The Adam's apple. Mind fucking
brother,
blown.
that's the Big Bang. Is that how that works?
Math, science, history, unraveling the mystery. With
Bible's fun.
Please don't sue us, Big Bang Theory.
No.
Or Young Sheldon for that matter.
No, I'm not talking about the show, though. I'm talking about the creation of all creations.
Maybe it happened when she bit Adam's apple.
Wow. That's interesting. I got something for you. What if, this is for all my stoners out there and trippers out there, what if Earth is on, what if we're super tiny and we're on Adam's neck?
Okay.
And we're, you know what I mean?
Adam is the turtle.
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Like, the myth where we're all on a big turtle?
You see, yep.
Yeah.
Or the giant's hand. There's a few different versions of it, yeah. And what if, like, when she bit the Adam's apple, a.k.a. Adam's literal Adam's apple,
yeah,
it fucking caused a huge obstruction.
You know what I would do if I had a bunch of little people in my hand?
Why would you do
squish them?
Hey, the hand of God, dude.
I'd squish them.
What would you do if you're God for a day?
Oh, man, that's actually funny. That's a bit of a callback. On my second episode, I posed this question in a specific context. I said to Jeremiah and Derek, I said, shout out Jeremiah and Derek. I said, hey, if you had the powers of God to, like, create an animal or, like, a species, like, what would you create?
Your own? Like crossbreeding or just inventing something?
Anything.
What?
So
it would have to be a crossbreed probably, though.
When Derek answered it, his answer was Pokemon. And so we went on a whole long tangent about why creating Pokemon would be a bad idea.
Okay.
Which we can get into at some point because it's one of my favorite topics.
Okay.
Then Jeremiah answered with a very long and well thought out response that he would create. Have you ever seen the show Avatar: The Last Airbender?
Yep.
They have their own spin on the like lion turtle. It's like a mythical creature.
Isn't his name Appa or something like that?
No, that's a sky bison. That's just a flying bison.
Okay.
It's like
Sorry,
a mythical...
I forgot that's normal. My bad.
Yeah. Come on, get with it. No, that's just he's just a guy.
Okay.
But there's like a creature in Avatar that's like it's a take on the myth of like the turtle in the sky type of thing. But he said he would do something like that where it like is cleaning up pollution for like it lives in our atmosphere and is cleaning pollution out of it and like creating resources from the pollution type of thing. He went into this whole big thing, and then I finished it off by saying that I would make a deer, but the antlers are guns, and so it can fight back during hunting season.
Yeah,
that was the big cut. Because he went on this whole long thing. He was like, I would do that, and it would be perfect, and it would be beautiful. And I was like, that's great. I want a gun deer that can fight back.
A gun-wielding deer.
I just think it's not fair. We spend a whole season shooting them, and I think that they should get at least, like, one chance.
That's actually really clever. I'm serious, dude. How wicked would that be if you're a hunter, all right, and your hunting season's upon you? You gather your boys, dude. You're going to the woods, dude.
You gotta fight tonight, boys.
And you don't know, though, but you go there, you're like, I'm about to fuck this deer up, dude. And he breaks his neck, looks at you, and the motherfucker has, like...
what I imagine is, like, the antlers, Gatling guns, so they can like spin up, and like the minute you see that, like
bows his head,
the deer, it'll be like the deer in the headlights, like it'll stop and look at you, and you're like, oh, it's a deer, and then it's like, and you're like, oh fuck, shreds you and your whole hunting team.
That is a wild.
You got a blown out leg, you're crawling to safety, and then you just hear it scamper away.
Yeah,
and it's like that's honestly fair.
Yeah. That's I actually like that thought process.
If anybody out there wants to animate for me Gatling gun deer,
dude,
I would be over the moon. I would appreciate that so much. I would love just a clip of a deer.
Yeah.
Because there's something about, I'll tell you a quick little story. When I was a preteen, I was really big into skateboarding. And so a friend of mine and I would sneak out of our houses and meet downtown in the town that we live in and skateboard on the street because there's nobody at like 3 a.m. driving around.
Right.
Really dumb, but we did it all the time. And one point, I had snuck out of my house and I was walking through his neighborhood to get to his house. One of his neighbors had a shit ton of wind chimes.
Uh-oh.
And so the wind chimes start going off, and I was like, that's creepy. And I, like, got afraid. Like, I felt like something was looking at me.
Yeah.
And I turn around, and there is a deer across the street just on the sidewalk, like, in a neighborhood just staring at me.
Yeah.
And it was like, it was a doe. It didn't have antlers.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine that in that moment, it could have possibly, because we stopped, it scared me to the point where I stopped and stared back at this deer.
Well, you think you're alone walking down the street.
Yeah, and there's a fucking deer.
Yeah.
So I'm, like, looking at this deer, like, waiting for it to, like, maybe charge me. But I like to think that there is a version of history where I've stood staring at this deer, and it then spun up several Gatling guns and shredded me where I stood.
Yeah.
And then ran off.
Yeah.
So
if you think about it, you were almost the deer in headlights in that situation.
It did the same thing.
You just kind of stepped in his shoes.
I froze.
Yeah, or her shoes. Yeah.
You know, like the fight or flight. There's three. It's fight, flight, or freeze. And that's what. It's like the psychological. And I froze completely. I did the deer in the headlights to the deer in the headlights.
I just imagine you like walking down the street and you hear the wind chimes going, and you're like, "What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?"
I was like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, oh, it's wind chimes. I turn around, there's a fucking deer looking at me. And I was like, oh, God.
How do you think he felt?
I was waiting for it to, like, run at me.
Yeah,
it's like, where the fuck am I? I haven't seen a tree in 3 hours. I've been circling a neighborhood.
Fucking wind chimes I keep running into, dude. What's up with this, man? Am I right?
God damn. And then it sees me, and it's
just like... Yeah. That's good. I love that.
Well, hell yeah. So I guess the common sense for this episode, we did a lot of learning, and it's been a great learning experience.
Yeah, it's been fun.
But I guess the common sense would be stay away from deer because they might gun you down.
They might be packing.
Hey, man.
They keep that thing on them, apparently.
It's rough out here in these streets. I guess tune in next time. We'll probably, I don't even know what we'll do, but we'll find something.
We'll find something to chat about.
We'll find something to flap our lips to.
More uncommon nonsense.
There's so much of it out there.
100%.
But heck yeah, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you coming on, Nick.
Hey, no problem, buddy. Thanks for having me.
No problem. Everybody stay safe and have a good one.
Bye.
Bye. Bye-bye. And so I
get real high and I swim at the top of my lungs. What's going on? And I said, hey, yeah, 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 yeah. Hey, yeah, yeah. I said, hey, what's going on?
All right, sorry.
That's the outro.
Thank you guys for watching.